What's going on, Low Key Cave? We are back, and I was not gonna dive into this. I was gonna kind of wait till we did like a live until I got back on. But man, being that this is one of my favorite groups of all time, and this is kind of my era, I got to talk about the whole Dipset kind of thing that's going on between Cameron and Jim Jones, man. Of course, if you familiar with their relationship, you already know this has happened before. This was years and years ago though, when they kind of had a thing where Jim Jones had went on Funk Flex, crying and pretty much pouring out his heart and everything as far as this feelings towards Cameron at the time. Of course, Cameron did his thing and did whatever he did, but we had recently seen them not so much as together, but the verses against the Locks, and I know they had kind of came back together and did kind of like a couple. They did a Dipset album, didn't they? I might be wrong, but it was like a Dipset mixtape or something they did. But with all that being said, now we back at this point as far as Jim Jones and Cameron coming at each other. Of course, Cameron had an interview with 50 Cent, bringing up some old things, years and years ago, when Cameron and 50 Cent were going at each other. Jim Jones came on Rap City with 50 Cent. I think he performed with 50 Cent too at one point. And this in the midst of Cameron and Jim Jones going back and forth or whatever. So Cameron had 50 Cent on his show, and he asked him about him having certain Dipset members on Rap City at the time, why they was having a friction as far as Cameron and 50 Cent. So Jim Jones, of course, he had a conversation with Justin LaBoy in a podcast, and he pretty much answered him as far as the whole thing with Cameron and 50 bring him up, and he pretty much said Cameron and 50 was on his dick. Like, hey, disrespectful. It's disrespectful saying some shit like this. So another man is on, you know what I'm saying? So, of course, Cameron and them took it another way. 50, of course. But this is more so pertaining to Cameron and Jim Jones. So, the fact that Jim Jones, let's be clear, Jim Jones has been making the best music out of Dipset for the past, I would say, 7 or 8 years now. Honestly. Like, back then, it was outside of Cameron, it was Joel Santana. Outside of other Dipset, J.R. Ryder, shout out to them, 40 Cal, Hell Rail, the list goes on, but Joel Santana was that one. And the fact that years later we see the way Jim Jones worked on his craft, the way he was kind of the main one that focused on the music. Cameron was doing other ventures like he doing now as far as the podcast things or the sports show or whatever. But Jim Jones has stuck to the music and he has elevated his craft. He is making the best music. Wasted Talent, El Capo is some of the best albums in hip hop. I would put him up there as far as like a top 100, in the top 100. Maybe I gotta think. But give or take, Jim Jones has been doing some of his best rapping. So, by the way, I'm looking forward to his new album he about to drop at the church steps. He did a single, This Shit Still Harlem, which is a pretty good song. It sounds like a more updated New York sound, with the drill sound or whatever, that New York tone, but it goes well with his. And I gotta say this, man, with them going into back and forth or whatever, Cameron said something about Jim Jones not being from Harlem and the Bronx, but if you ask me personally, as far as the representation of Harlem for the past, once again, 8, 7, like these last couple of years, it's been Jim Jones. Jim Jones has been putting damn Harlem on his back. He has been representing Harlem. Like, if you put Harlem in YouTube, Jim Jones' name is going to come up before anything. I'll put it on everything. I bet you. Give or take, whatever Cameron was saying, no, Jim Jones from Harlem. Everything I've seen from the beginning, Jim Jones from Harlem, man. But I seen something where Wallow posted, and it's somebody else posted it too, but Wallow posted pretty much just saying like he hope they come together. Like the friction they got right now, like the way we grew up on Dipset. And if you ask me, and I want to ask y'all this, is Dipset the best of movement coming out of New York or just overall as far as groups? I know I ain't want to put them up there, you can, because Dipset was a movement, bro. Even to this day, think about that. That Dipset logo, that shit, like, you can, in WA, I don't think WA had a logo outside the name, the G Unit, the State Property, Rockefeller, all of them conglomerates. Even D Block, Rough Ride, all of them conglomerates. That Dipset eagle, that Dipset logo is still just, you see that or you want to wear, you will rock that shit today. I don't know how many people going to be rocking G Units. I don't know how many people going to be rocking State Property, Rockaware. I'm just being honest. Hell, Rough Riders, Woo Wear. Like, being honest, even Woo Wear, nigga, Dipset was a movement. Dip the pink. Niggas was out wearing pink. And now Jim Jones, that's one thing I got. Hey, Jim, I'm sorry, Jim. Because Jim was like, he was the one that kind of, and that's another thing that kind of got them in tune with it, was the whole thing with Jim Jones saying he kind of was the inventor behind the Dipset things. It's the pink. Like, come on, bro. That was pink. Come on, man. Like, come on, stop, Jim. Shout out to Jim Jones, but no, bro. That's Cameron. That's that pink. That's Cameron. But yeah, I guess, I mean, I gotta be honest. I would want them to be together as far as being cool. I would love them to have conversations even about these type of things like Cameron and Mace have been able to do. Give or take, I feel like Cameron and Mace, like he said, they grew up together. I seen somebody say something too, and I don't feel like that's true though, but it was like, when Cameron was around Mace or something, it was like, that was the happy Cameron, but it's like, when Cameron and Jim, it's like, that's when Cameron had to be in like gangster mode, or he wasn't having so much fun. And I don't believe that. I think they definitely had their moments. You seen, like, the early days of Cameron. I mean, Jim Jones is in majority of Cameron's first music videos before he even got popping. Like, What Means the Word to Me, Jim Jones is back there. Like, in some of them old freestyles, Jim Jones back there. And I know Cameron was kind of going into the whole thing where Jim Jones did not grow up with them. He was just around the way. And even with that thing saying he's not from Harlem and stuff, like, come on, man. Jim Jones was there. Like, bro, Jim Jones was there. The 90s, like, he was still fresh. This was before Cameron was Cameron. Jim Jones was there. Just more so, just saying, I mean, do I want to hear Jim Jones and Cameron some new music from both of them? Yeah, I do, but at the same time, Cameron is not really on his music thing. Even with the freestyles he be doing, it's like, I don't know. Jim Jones, like I said, has been so consistent in the fact that he doesn't sound outdated. He sounds like the music could make today or just moving forward. But outside of that, I guess, well, just like with any other group, these two to me have just been the most like butting heads. They come back and then they go back. Like, you see other people like 50, of course, 50 different. Never mind, I ain't even want to say it. But even with the names, you know, like Jay-Z's or the Beanie Singles and their relationship, how they kind of had their friction, but you ain't really seen them together since. There's some more out there. But when it comes to this overall, though, I just feel like, man, especially at the age they at, and I feel like both of them are at a certain level of success where it's personal. And of course, we won't never know, I don't feel like it's our business, but it's definitely something there that's kind of personal where it's like, why we can't reach out to each other from behind the scenes instead of going to these public rants. Give or take, Jim Jones, promo. Like, I was talking about me on a public platform. Why I can't respond on a public platform? So, and I can use promo behind this because I got an album on the way now. Names are trending as far as Cameron and Jim. And, once again, when it comes to the music, I still don't mind hearing that diss track. It's hip hop, baby. It's still hip hop now. So I do, because I know Jim Jones supposedly does have a diss track called Jomo, where he addressing things between Cameron. I don't know if he necessarily just in 50. He might be on there. I doubt we'll hear something with 50 making a comeback. But Cameron, I wouldn't mind hearing the track. More than like he's gonna throw it in a freestyle for the It Is What It Is talk. But I just wanted to speak on this. I think I want to get more into it once we do a live or whatever. Of course, like, I can really dive into it and get other people's opinions. But yeah, man, I'm a fan of both of these guys. And once again, I'm more of a fan of Jim Jones' music today. I'm more of a fan of his music today. And shout out to Jewel Santana, man. Him making he done kind of tried to make a little comeback. The song sound very outdated. His flow sounds outdated as far as Jewel. Shout out Jewel though, man. Shout out to him. But yeah, man, it's going to be interesting to see, are they going to be able to, because I feel like this is probably the worst. Honestly, I just feel like this could possibly be a worst moment because egos. Nobody wants to look like the person. And it's the fact that they are friends, and I feel like they can fix this behind the scenes. They don't have to be a public thing. But once again, man, it's going to be interesting to see how this works out moving forward. Shout out to Locks, man. That brotherhood that they got, you ain't never seen the Locks. No matter who it is or who anybody else, the Locks, nah, you're not going to see it. But y'all let me know how y'all feeling about the whole Jim Jones and Cameron situation. Are y'all on anybody's side, or do y'all want to see these guys come back together? Do y'all want to hear y'all ready to hear some music from Jim Jones? Do y'all want Cameron to release some more music since the situation? Do y'all want to hear 50 Cent release something? Y'all let me know how y'all feeling about this, man. Make sure you hit that like button. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. Make sure you hit that notification bell, let you know when I upload new videos. Other than that, we out.